is Harsha with over.gg, and I'm joined by North American champion Taimou of the Dallas Fuel. Taimou, how do you feel about that set? Is that kind of what you expected going into it?
We expected a 4-0, but especially after the first two maps, we rolled them super hard, and it was apparent that they were tilted as hell. But then they actually gave us a much better fight on Anubis and Route 66. We actually wouldn't have won Anubis if Effect didn't carry super hard. And on Route 66, we made a ridiculous mistakes on the second point, attacking, and then we just improvised and switched to a different comp, and then we just won the map.
So talk to us about that Route 66 match, because that was actually the most exciting. I think you got into overtime on second point and then had to push through in overtime on the third point, and then you pushed through almost the entire map on your second attack. What was going through your head during that, first during the overtimes and then during that second phase?
I think on the overtime, we actually didn't even think about Bastion, but Seagull was 5 seconds left in the round. Why not Bastion? I'm like, okay, let's go Bastion, guys. And then I just pick it, and we just rolled with it. Got some easy picks. They made crucial mistakes on the first point, and I think we would have, if I didn't pop my tank on second point, and if I saved it for the last point, I think we would have finished the map.
So let's actually talk about Seagull and the dynamic he brings to your team, because obviously he's just a very recent addition joining you for Overwatch League. He's been playing some of the maps with you guys. What has that addition been like?
Having Brandon in the team is super nice because he's another uplifting personality. He never tilts like Mickey, and they're just Mickey doesn't tilt ever. That's what I meant. Mickey's just being the happy guy, bringing everybody's moods up. And he's also I think he's the best Pharah in the game. His Pharah is insane, and we've never ever after Tailspin had a Pharah player or a Genji player for that matter. So now that we literally have all bases covered, we can play solo heal, 4 tanks, triple tank, random solo heals, like we did today. We had a triple DPS double tank solo healer, and it worked completely fine. And it's just the dynamic of having a nice guy who's really good at games and who brings more heroes to the team. So that's all we need.
And the other player that's been rotating in and out with him was Mickey. And I kind of wanted to ask about that dynamic that he brings, because obviously he's the uplifting guy, the really happy guy. Does that help calm you guys down whenever things are going poorly, or does he bring anything else to the game other than that?
He has really good ideas. He's very strategic personality or persona. He has good ideas during the game. Let's say we're bashing our heads into the wall, nobody knows what the fuck to do. So Seagull's just okay, switch this, switch that, and we're oh, this is pretty good. And having the pocket Pharah pick, especially I think it was in the second point route, we got held super long for 4 minutes straight, and Seagull's just okay, let's go Pharah. They don't have anything against Pharah, and it worked really well. And it's having that Pharah in there helps you so much.
And I wanted to ask about one more teammate, Effect. How huge has he been for your team ever since he joined in, I believe, Apex Season 4, was it? You guys have been on another level, I would say, compared to the rest of North America. How huge is that guy for your team?
Having Effect, I think he's the best tracer in the game by far. And just having that fragging power in there, I don't have to play too aggressive. I don't really have to go for the big plays anymore, because I used to be the carry player of the team. Now I'm just support. I literally just support Effect to do whatever he wants, and I open up. I play much more passively. I help chips, and I think me just flexing around playing different heroes helps me in a way to understand the game better. But sure, it's having Effect now. He's the ultimate carry player. He wants to carry. He doesn't really care about anything else. He just wants to play, win, and win by carrying the game. It's a fun. It's like you could say it's a like a funny thing. Like I need to carry in a team game, but just because he's so hyper competitive, he wants to be the best.
Earlier today, you commented on the Misfits versus Giganti series, saying you were rooting for your Finnish brothers. Was that the result you expected?
I actually thought that Giganti would win 4-2. I expected it to be a really close match. I didn't expect that to be that close, especially after Giganti was 3-1 up and they went back to Eichenwald and their attack looked like really, really good. But then I was like, no, don't choke again, because Giganti is like known from the NIP days to just lose matches they should never lose. And I'm really happy for them to actually come true and win the tournament.
So I've heard that you and FaZe and then those top two European teams have been playing each other quite a lot this weekend. What do you think about EU versus NA?
I think we're the best out of all the Western teams, and then it's most likely Giganti or Misfits like having the top 2 spot, and then the rest of the teams are, I don't know. It's like these teams can beat anybody on a certain day, and I expected Giganti to win Misfits because, like, when we played against Giganti in scrims, Giganti had a really, really distinct, like, their own play style of playing compared to any other team in the game, and it was really, really hard. We, like, either lost to them or we stomped them, or then it was, like, 50-50. It was never, like, a constant, like, which team is, like, better. We never knew. We never know. And playing against other EU teams, like, I think other EU teams stylistically they're really linear. They all have their one play style and they stick to it no matter what. And I think NA and EU are pretty close to each other. I think they're excluding top 3 are really close to each other, and we probably will never know before Overwatch League who's going to be the best.
How long do you think you'll be able to continue your PMA shenanigans on stream?
Yeah, I never really, like, I didn't really expect it to blow up that much because I thought it was like just like such a funny meme. So I was just starting blowing kisses to people, having fun on stream, and not really care about ranking. And that's the only way to stay sane, you know? And if you actually want to try hard, like, I'm just going to smash my keyboard if I do that. So I'm just going to keep doing the PMA stuff as much as I can.
You heard it here first. PMA's here to stay for good. That was Taimou from the Dallas Fuel, or Team Envious, as this is his last match with them. Thank you very much for joining us. Congrats on your win.
Thank you.
This is Harsha with over.gg, and continue joining us for more coverage of Overwatch Contenders.